Welcome back to your first grade TV classroom. Today is Friday, November 6th, and I'm Mrs. Oslin. As always, let's take a moment to check in. Think about, what emotion are you feeling? Use this chart to help you. Think about your I message. Your I message sounds like I feel because And also think about how strongly you're feeling your emotion using your feelings thermometer. Take some think time. Now I'm going to model sharing my I message with Rashid. Rashid, I'm feeling really thankful because I didn't sleep well last night and I was really tired this morning. But then as I was driving to work, I noticed how beautiful Mount Rainier looked with the sunrise, and it just gave me an attitude of gratitude. Now, first graders, it's your turn to practice your I message with your learning buddy, someone in the room with you, or with me on the screen. Go ahead. We've been talking and learning all about using I messages so that we can express to other people how we're feeling. It's important for them to know how you're feeling, but it's also important for you to know how you're feeling. So when you recognize that you are feeling something really strongly and you're in the red zone, you know that you can stop and think before you say or do anything that can hurt you or someone else or not be good for your relationships. Now, when you are stopping and thinking, you can be taking deep breaths, you can be counting, and you can think about how you can calm yourself down so you can share your I message. Now, we also learned this week about win-win solutions. And when we have a conflict with someone, before we do anything, we always stop and think and calm ourselves down. And we use an I message, and then we think about what are some win-win solutions to our conflict. And you'll remember that a win-win solution is when both people get some of what they want and both people feel good about it. And I challenged you this week to find win-win solutions to your conflicts and to write about it. Now, today, when we are together like every day, we're going to listen, share, and read. And you know you're a strong listener when you have your eyes on the teacher, when you listen to the books, and when you think about the words and the strategy that we're talking about. And then you're also going to get a chance to share today. You're going to get a lot of think time, a lot of speak time, and then you're going to get a chance to write. So the materials that I want you to gather for today are your learning buddy, Post-it notes that came with your school supplies, a pencil, your learning notebook, and your first grade ELA packet. That was a lot. Let me say it again. Learning buddy, Post-it notes and pencil, your learning notebook, and your ELA packet. You gather those materials and then come back to me. Okay, are you ready? Before we get started with our reading and writing, we're going to practice our new snap words. These are words that we are learning to read and write in a snap. So we're going to do my turn, then your turn. So when I read it, I will underline it, and then I'll have my hand out like this to let you know it's your turn to read it back. So focus. Here we go. My turn. His, said, saw, say, then, They. I hope you got an opportunity to practice turning those words into snap words this week. Now today I want to teach you how readers record and organize their thinking and their thoughts to increase their understanding of a text. Whoa, Rashid, don't growl so loudly. That was a lot. I know. Let me break it down. Okay. What this means is we're going to read a text today, and we're going to organize our thinking and write it down. That's what record means. Write it down to make sure that we are understanding and remembering what we are reading. And this is something that strong readers do. I did this anytime I read a book about teaching or about leadership or about kids. I stop and think as I'm reading, and I write down questions I have, connections I have, moments where I go, aha, I get it. And that's what we're going to practice doing today. So in your ELA packet, you will find this story. It's called Lost and Found, and it's by Susan Yoder Ackerman. And this is the text that we're going to read together. So I want you to have it out in front of you. And then on your Post-it notes, or in your learning notebook, or on the Let's Think About It chart, you're going to record your thinking. Now, I'm going to record my thinking on Post-it notes, just because that is easier for me. But it might be easier for you in your learning notebook. Do that if that's easier. It might be better for you to do it on your Let's Think About It chart. If that's what's better for you, then record it there. Find what it is that you want to record, get your ELA packet open to Lost and Found, and be ready to read and think and write with me. Now, as we read this text today, we're going to stop and think about what the text is making us feel, what the text makes us think. This would be connections that we have. What about this reminds you of your own life? That's another connection. You're going to notice what parts are really interesting to you. At what point did you go, oh, I didn't know that. That's really interesting. Or the part that comes out to create, it helps you create a picture in your mind. Or is there a part where you're like, I wonder about, I'm not sure about that. So keep all of those things in mind as we read. This is the first paragraph. We're going to read it together. The sun is low and red over the hot, dusty African grasslands. Zach the zebra foal is resting near his mother Zoe after drinking warm milk from her body. They stand facing each other while he rubs his head and neck against hers. He feels safe close to his mother. While the other zebras in the herd eat grass all around them, Zach and Zoe are hidden in a jumble of black and white stripes. A hungry crocodile or lion might not see the two of them in among so many zebra legs and manes and rounded sides. Now, I had a couple things that I want to stop and write about. I had a wondering about a word, and the word was full. And if I go back, let's find the word full. Zach the zebra foal, right there, this word. And I know that we learned a strategy for figuring out words that we didn't know in a text. It says Zach the zebra foal, so he's a zebra, is resting near his mother, Zoe. So it must be, a foal must be a young zebra? Question. And then if I actually look at the picture also, I'm noticing a bigger zebra and a smaller zebra. So the picture is going to confirm what I was thinking. Now, because I had a chance to stop and jot and think, I'm able to understand this text better. Now, I also want to think about, what does this part make me think about? It's a mom and a kid. This part of the text makes me think about my own kids and how we snuggle. So I'm going to write that on my Post-it notes. This part snuggling with my kids. Now, because I took the opportunity to stop and think and make a connection and write it down, I'm going to definitely better remember and understand what this text is about. Now, as we read, think about, what connections do you have? What is this part making you feel or think about or remind you of? Is there something that's really interesting, or does it cause you to create a picture in your mind? Is there a part that you're wondering about, like I was with the word full? Let's keep reading. All of a sudden, there is the barking, braying sound of frightened zebras. A leopard has leapt out of the bushes, running and kicking. All the zebras in the herd scatter quickly. Zoe gallops away and hides under a tall termite mound, but in the confusion, Zach runs in another direction. The leopard is soon gone, unsuccessful in his hunt, and the herd is calm again. Now, there were a couple different things that I was thinking about. I was thinking about how this made me feel, and I was picturing this in my mind as I was reading it. So stop and think, use your Let's Think About It chart, and what were you thinking or feeling? Take some think time. Turn and tell your learning buddy what you were thinking while we read that part. Rashid, I started to picture it in my mind, and then I started to feel scared because it was so vivid, and it was like I was a zebra there in the African grasslands. Now, you've had a chance to think, you've had a chance to speak. Now take the opportunity to write it on one of your Post-it notes, in your learning notebook, or on your Let's Think About It chart. So I stopped and jotted. This part made me feel scared, and then I did my best picture of a zebra to help me think about that. Now, let's read the next part. And keep in mind, what connections are you making? What questions do you have? Is there something that's really interesting that's standing out to you? But Zach is still scared. There is a mother zebra nearby, but her face looks strange. Her stripes are not the ones Zach is used to. Zach pushes through the herd looking for Zoe. Other zebra foals are scrambling too, looking for their mothers in a sea of black and white markings. Take some think time. turn and tell your learning buddy what you were thinking about. And we're gonna organize our thinking by writing it down. Go ahead. Now, I'm going to tell you, while you were speaking, I wrote down my connection. And this part reminds me of a time when I couldn't find my son Charlie outside. It was very scary for me. Now, you take a moment and think about, well, you already did the thinking and you already did the speaking. So now you're going to write down your connection or your thinking or your wondering, either on your Post-it notes or in your learning notebook, or on your Let's Think About It chart. Go ahead. We're going to read the last paragraph, and then you're going to get another opportunity to stop and think and speak and jot. Zach sniffs the air for the comforting smell of his mother. Suddenly, he hears a familiar whinny. In the crowd, he spots a face in the well-known black and white design, a design like no other zebras in the world coming toward him. It's Zoe. Zach runs to press his head against his mother, and she nuzzles his face. They have found each other. As the sun goes down, Zoe and Zach, mother and foal, continue on together. Now take one last opportunity to make a connection, visualize it in your mind, have a question, take some think time. Now share with your learning buddy what connection you had or what you were thinking about while we were reading. Rashid, I thought it was really interesting that the author included a line talking about the stripes, that it was a design like no other zebras in the world. And I didn't know that about zebras, that every zebra has different designs of stripes. And I found that interesting. Now, take a moment to write down, record your thinking to help you better remember and understand what we're reading. Go ahead. Now, first graders, today we learned how readers record, which means write down, and organize, which means think about connections or feelings or visualizations, their thoughts to increase their understanding of a text, which means to help you better remember and understand what you're reading. I also want you to practice being an author and going out making observations in the world to help that inspire your writing. You're also going to continue learning new words like we practiced today in Lost and Found with the word full. And you're going to practice reading to yourself every day, building your reading stamina, track your reading goals, go on hunts for your new sight words, and practice reading your word wall. Remember, you can read your kindergarten word wall loud like a monster, scary like a witch, squeaky like a mouse, whisper like a secret. Or if you're able to invent your own and it's okay with your adult to record you, send it to us here at the TV classroom and we'll either play it if it's okay, or we'll just tell everyone all about your great idea. This is your tracking your reading goals. You should still be filling this out. Today's Friday, the last day of the week. So fill this out today and make sure you send it to your teacher. Now is your 5-minute break. You're going to make the good decision to take care of your needs, but also gather the rest of the materials that you will need for math. You should already have your learning buddy, so you need to get your whiteboard and marker and your counters to be ready. Thank you so much for reading and writing and thinking with me this week, first graders. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you right back here on Monday. Bye.
first graders, welcome back from your break. I'm so glad it's Friday, and that also means it's Fact Fun Friday. So we're gonna look at some problems, and we're gonna talk again about how we read our problems from left to right. Well, for you, it's left to right. Yeah. All right, are you ready? We're gonna pull up our Fact Fun Friday, and let's read and see what it says, and let's see if we know. Blank is the same as 3 plus 4. What is the same as 3 plus 4? 7. Nice job. Blank is the same as 4 plus 4. What's 4 plus 4, first graders? 8. See if you can read this one on your own. Did you say blank is the same as 1 plus 5? Nice job. What is it? 6. Kiss your brain. Nice job, first graders. Here we go. Blank is the same as 3 plus 6. 9. Blank is the same as 8 plus 2. That's a friend of 10. So it's 10. All right, today we're learning to solve addition and subtraction story problems with the unknown in different positions. Are you ready to get to work? All right. Some apples were in the basket. Here we go, here's our basket. Some apples were in the basket. Nafisha ate 2, and there are 8 apples left. So we have the apples that Nafisha eats. So these are the ones that she eats. And this is how many are left. Okay. And all of these are apples. All right. How many apples were in the basket? So what's going on here? Someone has apples in a basket and they eat some of them. What are we trying to figure out? How many were in the basket? So where am I going to put my question mark? On eats, on how many are left, or on the whole, how many the basket started with? Oh, right here on what we start with. Question mark. Okay, what do we know? What do you see there? What do you know? That they eat 2, yeah. And 8 are left, 2 get eaten, 8 are left. Look, we know both of the parts. So what do we do when we know both of the parts to find the whole? You ready? Part, put together, make a whole. We're gonna put them together. Go ahead and solve. What is 2 with 8? What is that the same as? What is 2 plus 8? Oh, it's a friend of 10. How many apples were in the basket? 10 apples were in the basket. Nice job, first graders. All right. Here we go. It says, Emma has 3 beads. Emma has 3 beads. These are the beads she has. She gets more beads. Now she has 6 beads. How many beads does she get? So these are the ones she has. And these are the ones she gets. Oh, where's our question mark gonna go? Yeah, can you write an equation that matches our bar model? They have one down there, don't they? Let's see if it makes sense. Emma has 3 beads. She gets more beads. And now she has 6. Does their equation make sense? All right. They gave us a number path. What should we do with the number path? What was that, Rashid? Rashid says, well, we're adding, so we should start at the first part, and then we're going to count all the way to the whole, and we're going to stop there, and that's how many we need to add. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? 1, maybe. 1, 2, 3. How many hops? 3. 3 plus 3 equals 6. Does that sound right? Is that reasonable? Yeah. So how many new beads does Emma get? Is it 3 beads or is it 6 beads? She gets 3 beads. Nice job. All right, reset your board. Okay, 9 planes are flying. Some land. Now there are 7 planes flying. How many planes land? Let's draw our bar model. Okay. 9 planes are flying. 7, some land, and some are still flying. So what are our 2 parts? The planes that land and the planes that are still flying. And these are all of the planes that we started with. Okay. Do we know how many planes started flying? 9 planes are flying. How many? 9. Some land. How many planes land? We don't know yet, so we put a question mark with land. How many are still flying? 7. Let's look at their picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's the 7. How many planes should I have all together? 9. So let's start at 7, 8, 9. How many? 2. 9. If you take away the 2, if you take these 2 away, how many do you get? 7. 9 minus 2 equals 7. How many planes landed? 2. Nice job, first graders. Jimmy picks 7 peppers. Here we go. Bar model. How many peppers does he pick? 7. And there's 2 parts. I see green and red. So let's do green and red. Are you writing it on your board? Green and red, and all of them are peppers. Okay. What are they asking us to figure out? Jimmy picked 7 peppers. 5 are green, the rest are red. How many peppers are red? Where's our question mark gonna go? Yep. Oh, I almost used my finger like it was the tablet. That would have been silly, wouldn't it? Do we know how many are green? 5. Do we know how many peppers there are altogether? 7. Ooh. 5 plus the part we don't know equals 7. What are you gonna do? You decide what works better for you, a picture or a number line. Go ahead and solve. Okay, if I was on a number path, I would start at 5 and I would end at 7. Here I go, you ready? 5, 6, 7. How many hops did I do? 2. 5 plus 2 equals 7. So how many peppers are red? 2. This time you're gonna do this one all on your own, and then you're gonna check your work with mine. So Mr. Kevin, can you hide my whiteboard for right now? And I'm going to make the answer, but don't show it until I tell you, okay? All right, here we go, friends. Some children run. 4 run up a hill, and 3 run down a hill. How many children are running? So there's kids running, some are going up and some are coming down. And we have to figure out how many are running. How many children are on the hill running? So, what question is it asking? How many children run? What do we know? 4 run up, 3 run down. Draw a bar model and solve. Don't show Mr. Kevin, okay? Okay. Are you ready? You need a few more seconds? Okay. Are you ready now? Okay. Here we go. Here it comes. Did you get 7? Look at your work and look at my work. How are they similar and how are they different? And tell your learning buddy. How is what you did and what Mrs. Wally did the same? And how is it different? Oh, I heard someone just say, mine's different because I did this. And then I counted all my circles and I got the answer of 7. Yes, great. You used a strategy to help you solve this problem. You used counters or pictures to help you. That's what strong mathematicians do. Excellent work. All right, let's do another one. Megan has 6 coins. She gets more coins. Now she has 8 coins. How many more coins does she get? Okay, let's do it together. Are you ready? Draw your bar model. We've got 2 parts. The coins she has and the coins she gets. And how many coins altogether? Okay, you have it? What's the question? How many more coins does she get? Well, do I know yet how many coins she gets? No, so that's a question mark. Do I know how many coins she has at the beginning of our story? Yeah, she has 6 coins. And do I know how many total coins she has at the end of our story? Yeah, she has 8 coins. So she starts with 6 coins, and then she gets some more. And then at the end, she has 8 coins. Go ahead and solve. How many coins does she get? You already know, Pebble? Oh, Pebble said I started at 6 and I counted until 8. You ready? 6, 7, 8. How many? 2. Megan gets 2 more coins. Excellent job, Pebble. Okay. 8 birds are in a nest. Hey, we already have 8, so we can just change this to birds. 8 birds are in a nest. We erase those. Okay, let's see what we're gonna put. Some birds fly away and some birds are left. What are our 2 parts? Yeah, the birds that fly away and the birds that are left. Okay. How many birds fly away? We don't know. That's our question. How many birds flew away? How many birds are left in the nest? 5. Look. Do you know the whole and a part? You know how to solve that. 8 birds in the nest. Some fly away. Now there are 5 left. Go ahead. Or you could say 8 birds in the nest. Some fly away. Now there are 5. Go ahead. You solve. Okay, how many? What answer did you pick? 3? How did you get 3? Because 8 minus 3 is 5. You used a tool to help you. Did anyone do it differently? Oh, Pebble, you said 5, 6, 7, 8, and you knew that was 3. Okay. Anyone else do something different? You hopped on a number line? Nice job. Our answer is 3 birds. All right. Our last problem. This one's all on your own. We're gonna do it again where my whiteboard's gonna be hidden. We're gonna go through the problem and then you're gonna solve. Are you ready? Here we go. 7 children are playing. Some children go home. Now there are 5 children playing. How many children went home? So we're not trying to find how many children there are altogether. We know that. What do we know? We know that there are 7 children playing. What else do we know? We know that after some kids go home, there's still 5 children playing. What are we trying to figure out? How many kids had to go home? Go ahead and solve and see if you can figure it out. All right, Mr. Kevin. Here we go. Does yours look like that? What did you figure out? What part's missing? How did you know it was 2? Oh, 7 minus 5 is 2. Did anyone do it a different way? Nice job. Someone said, well, I drew this. And I knew 5. So I just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I have 2 left. Great math thinking. 7 minus 5 equals 2. 2 children went home. Or you could say 7 minus 2 equals 5 children left. 2 children went home. Great job. All right, your assignment today to work more on these problems. Page 161 and 162. These look very similar to the ones we just did. So you're gonna practice them on your own, okay? All right. Did we model the problems? Did we explain our thinking? Did we find a solution? We sure did. All right. Now it's time for our affirmation. Don't forget, we'd love to hear from you. Down below is our email address. At the end is our mailing address. This day has been hard for me. So I need this affirmation, and the affirmation is, my mistakes make me stronger. Okay, here I go. My mistakes make me stronger. Your turn. Excellent job, first graders. We will see you on Monday. Bye.
Hey kids, we want to see your work. Just send your pictures and your stories to TV Classroom, 601 South 8th Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405.